Good morning, everyone. Welcome to CW Live. My name's Chris Webb, Head of Comms at CW. It's a little bit like that feeling on Christmas morning when you're a kid and you've ran down the stairs looking to see if you've got any presents under the tree. We're all really excited for Ballot Day. It's 1 o'clock. We want you to come back and we want you to join us live across the CW Facebook, Twitter and YouTube accounts. What we're hoping to do this morning basically is just get a last couple of messages, because we know there are people, for whatever reason, you might have taken a bit of leave, you might have been off sick, everyone's got their own reasons, haven't voted yet. So we want to just use this 10 minutes or so to really say, come on, get into your email folders, check your spam. If you're a Gmail user, check your promotions folder. And if you haven't got a ballot, then you can email the address and we'll put that on screen shortly. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to be joined by two people who are equally, if not more so, excited than me about the ballot result at 1 o'clock. The first person I'm going to bring on is our Deputy General Secretary, Andy Kerr. Morning, Andy.
Morning, Chris.
So I just wanted to sort of like, I know because we spoke just now that you're excited. We're all, I suppose, a little bit nervous about the ballot result, not knowing what it's going to be. Can we, we're thinking forward potentially to, and hopefully we don't have to, but if we had to have a legal ballot, can we get over that 50% turnout? Can we get a big yes vote? And we'll soon find out. It's only less than 4 hours now. But how are you feeling this morning?
Oh, well, I'm feeling very relaxed, Chris, around this. All the feedback we've got, listened to our activists, listened to our branches. We know that the guys have done a really good job out there. So I'm really, really confident. The 50% threshold, I think we've smashed it, in my opinion. And I am absolutely clear we'll get an overwhelming yes vote in this. All the feedback we've got from individual members, from our activists, from our branches, everybody else points us in that direction. So I'm quite clear. We are going to win this one big style. So,
obviously, for yourself in the role you've got in the union, it's a significant moment in terms of like your stewardship of a telecoms executive, of the constituency. If we can get that big yes vote and we can get that big turnout, it's a ringing endorsement of the strategy that yourself and the executive have set out. But also, it's surely going to be a rejection of the strategy that BT have embarked on over the last few months.
Absolutely, Chris. That's exactly the situation. We were accused early on in this campaign by some BT people, BT managers, that we weren't speaking for their employees. They were speaking in their behalf. Well, I can assure you, if the results are what I believe they're going to be, that'll disprove that argument once and for all. The members of the CW have definitely united around this campaign. We'll hopefully get a very big majority in favour, and I think BT will have to sit up and listen to this. They'll have to take on board, and they'll have to come to the table and really start seriously discussing the matters of concern with us. That's our hope that we can do it. But I'll make it clear now: if the ballot result is what we think it is, we'll get into those discussions. We'll do our best to come out the other side of that. But at the end of the day, we are confident now, I think, of running an industrial action ballot. And if we have to do it, we will do it.
Thanks, Andy. Let's bring in Karen Rose, our president. Karen, I know that you've woken up this morning. You're excited. You're ready. You've got the honour, of course, this afternoon with us three and our General Secretary, Dave Ward. You've got the honour of announcing the ballot result. That's a big moment for the union, isn't it?
It is a big moment, Chris, and I'm really looking forward to it. And this morning I feel a little bit of butterflies in the stomach, because I'm looking forward to seeing the result. I know that there's been 3 weeks of really hard work out there with our branches and our reps, and I know that from social media and the feedback that we're getting, that we know our members have engaged in this campaign and are well on board with it. And like Andy, I'm confident that we've reached out to an awful lot of our members, and I'm just really looking forward to seeing the final result now, because you know what it's like. The feedback you're getting is all good, but actually the proof of the pudding is in the numbers. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that result later on this morning around lunchtime.
Thanks, Karen. I'll come to you both on this point, actually. Karen's just mentioned there, Andy, the feedback on social media. Obviously, you know, if we move forward into an official ballot in the new year, potentially, then, you know, that is going to present some different challenges to a consultative ballot. But equally, you know, I mean, surely if we can get a massive yes vote today, despite the fact we haven't been able to meet a single member in person or hold a single membership meeting, I mean, what a message that would send to BT, because we've still got that in the tank, haven't we? Hopefully coming into next year to be perhaps doing some of those things.
But certainly, Chris, from my perspective, I think you're up again, absolutely spot on. You know, this is, I mean, unfortunately, with COVID-19 this year, we've had to adapt to that. We've had to do a lot more stuff in social media, by email, by text, and by other methods than we normally do. Because obviously, we'd love to be able to get into contact centres and speak to our members, get into other offices and speak to our members in that way, and not been able to do that. But despite not being able to do that, you know, the engagement we've had with our members has been fantastic. And, you know, so if those doors are open for people to go back into the workplace, if anything, our engagement can only get better by far. So, you know, we've learned a lot out of this campaign. And I say, you know, I'm very, very proud to be leading this campaign on behalf of the TNFS constituency. Really proud to do that. And I'm really proud of our activists and our members for what they have done. I think they've understood quite clearly, if we stick together, if we come united, we can win. We can win, and I think, you know, people have got that feeling back in them together again. So maybe COVID has helped us in that respect. There is working together much more than we did before. But, you know, so I'm confident we'll win this today. I just hope that BT do the sensible thing and reach out and try to come to a settlement with the CW on this.
Thanks, Andy. Karen, I know we're going to have, I mean, we'll have this afternoon, but I mean, you know, let's be honest, the focus this afternoon is going to be on delivering the result and then some, you know, reaction from yourself, Andy and Dave to that result. But I mean, you know, Andy's just touched on there the work done by our branches. And, you know, when you consider the context of that, which we mentioned, you know, with the COVID, our branches have really stepped up. And, you know, I hope maybe this is an appropriate moment to say a word or two about, you know, how well the CW branches, representative structure, even, you know, our colleagues in Postal have shown an immense amount of solidarity. The union's really come together, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. And you're right to mention the fact that all over the country, our colleagues in the postal constituency have supported this campaign and have helped any way they can, which has been important because when we've had opportunities to be able to be out there, which have been few and far between really because of the pandemic, it means that they've been out there too, and they have supported their colleagues in TNFS right throughout this campaign. But our branches with members in BT have absolutely I just think they've been stupendous. They have just really stepped up beyond expectation. Not only have they been dealing with the consequences of the pandemic, and there's been some considerable support that's been needed for members throughout the pandemic for varying different reasons, and they've carried on with that day job. And on top of that, they have absolutely thrown all of their weight and everything they possibly can behind this campaign. And they have been working ridiculous hours. You know, they've almost been working around the clock. I'm wondering how some of them have ever slept, to be honest, because of the work that they've been putting in. And they've been working evenings and weekends and early mornings. And frankly, they have used all sorts of media at their disposal in order to reach out to the members, and the engagement with the members from our branches has just been absolutely fantastic. And as you know, Chris, we set them a challenge of making phone calls to all of the members, and you know, they've stepped up to that, and that's not an easy feat, you know, to make sure that you're bringing everybody and having a conversation with them. But they have absolutely, well, to be honest, I'm so proud of them because they have just gone beyond expectation, really. They've just been fantastic.
Thank you, Karen. So final question for both of you. really just, two things. If I could ask you both for a final message to the members, but also, if there's that person sat at home, they've got that email in their inbox, they're just not sure. What would your, 3 hours from the result, what would your message be? Firstly, yourself, Andy.
Well, if you still get the opportunity to vote, please vote. Thanks to everybody who has voted. We need to all be into this together. The opportunity is still there. You've got, I'm just looking at the clock here. You've got 2 hours, 17 minutes to go. Let's get the last few votes in. If there's any opportunity, the message is on the screen just now. If I've had an issue trying to get your ballot, email us at the CMI count me in email address. We'll try and get that ballot paper to you as soon as possible if there's been some difficulty with the email addresses, etc. But please, this is your last chance. Next couple of hours, last chance to vote. Please don't sit outside. Come in, be part of it, be part of the campaign. Use your vote, use it wisely. Obviously, vote yes, but really importantly, use your vote. So please come in and be part of this. I know everybody has done some good work. I think some people at the beginning of this campaign said, "What's count me in?" I've never heard anything about it. Well, I don't believe that any longer. Every single one of our members understand what count me in is about, what we're trying to fight for. We're fighting in your behalf. We're fighting together in this campaign. So please come in, be part of it, and vote. Vote before 12 o'clock today. Thank you.
Karen, same question to you.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, Andy's just covered it. If what we said from the outset, it was absolutely important for every single member to have their say in this campaign. And so we run this consultative ballot so the members have their opportunity to have their say. And so if you haven't already had your say, it's absolutely vital that you make every effort now in the next 2 hours this morning, or 2.5 hours, to find that ballot paper in your inbox and actually vote, because every vote counts. It's vitally important that we hear from as many people as possible. And I would just say, just make the most of the last 2.5 hours. And if you haven't cast your vote, or you know anybody who hasn't cast a vote, then please do so. And like Andy said, we have got limited time available now. But if there genuinely is somebody who hasn't got a ballot paper or can't find it, if they email into cmiballot@cwu.org, we will do our best to get a ballot paper out to them in time. But we are all racing against the clock now. So, but it's not over until the ballot closes. So you've still got time this morning, and anybody who hasn't voted, I would urge them to do so. It's really important.
Thank you, Karen. I'm going to stitch you both up now. I want a one-word answer at the same time for you both. Are we going to win this ballot at 1 o'clock?
Yes.
Yes.
Done. Okay, thank you, everyone. So thank you to Karen, thank you to Andy, and thank you to everyone who's taken the time out, over 4,000 of you so far, to view this session. It's absolutely fantastic. We're ready for the result at 1 o'clock. We know you are as well. See you all a bit later on. And if there are colleagues out there, if you're on your lunch break or on your day off, please get the message out. Let's have masses of us online. And for those of you who will be working, because we know thousands of you will, the session will be recorded and you can watch it back later on at your leisure. So see you all at 1 o'clock, everyone.